Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Nur Alila, and today I would like to present about instructional media and technology for learning. Technology for learning combat boredom by providing a change of pace from lecture and sheet work, and by adding motivational features that excite learner interest. Cooperative learning. Cooperative learning involves small heterogeneous groups of students working together to achieve a common academic goal or task while working together to learn collaboration and social skills. Cooperative learning has gained momentum in both formal and informal education from two converging force. First, the practical realization that life outside the classroom requires more and more collaborative activity, from the use of teams in the workplace to everyday social life. And second, a growing awareness of the value of social interactions in making learning meaningful. And for the advantages of cooperative learning, there are four advantages. The first one is active learning. Cooperative learning requires students to actively interact with others. And the second one is social skills. Students learn to interact with others, developing their interpersonal communication, leadership, compromise, and collaboration skills. And the third is interdependence. Positive interdependence and accountability are developed as students interact to reach a common goal. And the last is individual accountability, where a group success depends on the input of each individual in it. Individual learns to be accountable for their actions. And for the limitations of cooperative learning, there are 5 limitations. The first one is student compatibility. It is sometimes difficult to form groups of students who will work together well. And the second one is student dependency. If you allow the best students to carry the others, you may create dependency and defeat the purpose of cooperative learning. And the third is time consuming. Cooperative learning requires more time to cover the same amount of content than do some other methods. And for the fourth is individualist. Individuals who prefer to work independently do not like cooperative learning. And the last limitations is logistical obstacle. The teacher must arrange a lot of information, student responsibilities, and assessment activities. Integrations. Students can learn cooperatively not only by being taught with materials but also by producing materials themselves. We can define this new concept of cooperative learning as the instructional use of small groups so that students work together to maximize their own and each other's learning. And for the learning together model, Johnson and Johnson's interdependent learning group, known as the learning together model, requires 4 basic elements. The first one is positive interdependence. The second one is face-to-face helping interactions. And the third is individual accountability. And the last is teaching interpersonal and small group skills. For the positive interdependence, students must recognize that all the members of the group are dependent on each other to reach success. And for the face-to-face helping interactions, after silently working on the problem on scratch paper, the learners teach each other and discuss any confusion or misconceptions. And for the individual accountability, students know that they will be tested individually, with the result given back to the individual and the group. One way to reinforce individual accountability is to randomly select one student's task to represent the whole group. And the last is teaching interpersonal and small group skills. Students cannot just be thrown together and told to cooperate. To function actively as a group, they must be taught the skills of communications, leaderships, and conflict management, and must learn to monitor the processes in their group, making corrections if there are shortcomings. And for the team assisted individualizations, Robert Slavin and his colleagues have developed a different format for cooperative learning. Team assisted individualization, which they developed for mathematics instructions in grade 3 to 6. TAI follows this pattern. The first one is teaching groups, team formations, self-instructional materials, team study, and team scores and team recognitions. Teaching groups. The teacher gives short lessons to small homogeneous groups, learners who are at about the same point in the curriculum. This lesson prepares students for major concepts in upcoming units. And then team formation. Every 8 weeks, students are assigned to 4-member teams that are as heterogeneous as possible in terms of achievement level, gender, and ethnic background. And then for the self-instructional materials, students work independently using self-instructional materials, which include step-by-step procedures for solving problems, set of problems, self-test items, and summative tasks. And for the team study, students work in pairs within their assigned team, working on problems and having their partner check their solutions. When they have 4 correct in a row, they take a quiz. If they succeed on the quiz, they go to a monitor on another team to take a final test. Remedial instruction and practice continue if needed until each student pass the final test. And the last is team scores and team recognitions. Team scores are computed at the end of each week. Certificates are given to those who greatly exceed the criterion level. And for the computer-based cooperative learning, computer assistant can alleviate some of the logistical obstacles to using cooperative learning methods, particularly the task of managing information, allocating different individual responsibilities, presenting and monitoring instructional material, analyzing learner responses, administering tests and scoring, and providing remediations for those tests. And then games. The term games, simulations, and simulation game are often used interchangeably, but because these terms have different meanings. The first one is a game is an activity in which participants follow prescribed rules that differ from those of real life as they strive to attain a challenging goal. And then a simulation is an abstraction or a simplification of some real life situation or process. And then simulations games combine the attributes of simulations, including role playing, a model of reality, with the attributes of game striving toward a goal, specific rules. And for the examples of games, the first one is Inspire Geography Series and Yoix. And for the examples of simulations, the first one is Star Power, Simulators and Roleplay. And for the example of simulations is the Green Revolution game, Save the Whales, Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego, and Longhouse. And for the learning centers is a self-contained environment designed to promote individual or small group learning around a specific task. There are 4 types of learning centers. The first one is skill centers. and then interest centers, remedial centers, and enrichment centers. For the skill centers, this can provide students with an opportunity to do additional practice, typically to reinforce a lesson previously taught through other media or methods. Basic skills that are built up through the drill and practice lend themselves to the skill center approach. For examples, you might design a skill center to give a practice in using prefixes for students who are learning to write. And for the interest centers can stimulate new interests and encourage creativity. For example, you might set up a get acquainted center on insect life in the classroom before actually beginning a unit on specific insect. And for the remedial centers can help students who need additional assistance with a particular concept or skills. A student who has difficulty determining the least common denominator of a group of fractions, for example, could receive the needed help in a remedial learning centers. And the last is enrichment centers. Enrichment centers can provide stimulating additional learning experiences for students who have completed other classroom activities. You might, for example, allow students who have completed their assigned math activities to go to a center that features computer math games. Okay, that's all my presentations, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.